Just endless hours of wakefulness. This is the story of what happens when insomnia never ends.
Every night, she found herself staring at the same ceiling, wondering what tomorrow would bring.
Every night, millions of people climb into bed hoping for rest. They close their eyes, waiting for sleep to come. But for some, the hours pass in silence. Midnight becomes 2 in the morning, then 4, and morning arrives before sleep ever does. This isn't simply staying up late. It isn't laziness or a lack of effort. It is a condition that quietly affects the brain, the body, and every part of daily life.
I spent 8 hours in bed. So why am I still exhausted?
This is Insomnia. Welcome to Story About the Day Sleep Disappeared. What if insomnia never ends? At first glance, these two students appear almost identical. They attend the same university, complete the same assignments, and end their day at nearly the same time. Yet while one wakes up refreshed and ready to learn, the other begins every morning already exhausted. Insomnia isn't simply sleeping fewer hours. It's a disruption of the brain's natural ability to fall asleep, stay asleep, and achieve restorative sleep. Deep inside the brain lies a tiny group of about 20,000 nerve cells called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. Although incredibly small, it functions as the body's master biological clock, controlling when we feel awake and when we feel sleepy. Another important chemical called adenosine gradually builds up inside the brain. The longer we stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates, increasing what scientists call sleep pressure. Let's learn about insomnia from expert.
Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer and tackle that completely exhausting reality of staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. when you just desperately want to sleep. Seriously, we've all been there, tossing and turning. But today, we're going to break down exactly what's glitching in your brain, and more importantly, how you can fix it. First up, just to show you how massive this issue actually is, a staggering 1 in 3 adults experience insomnia symptoms, and it affects literally millions of teens, too. So if you're lying there stressing out in the dark, feeling like you're the only person awake in the world, you are definitely not alone in this midnight struggle. It's actually one of the most common sleep disorders on the planet.
And man, we all know that terrible feeling that hits the next day, right? The total exhaustion, the dark circles, that uncontrollable urge to yawn right through your classes or right in the middle of a big test. And it's all just because you couldn't turn off your racing thoughts the night before. Plus, let's be real, coffee doesn't even make a dent in it. But to fix this, we really need to understand how sleep actually works. Specifically, your brain activity and cycles. During a normal, healthy night, your brain cycles through some very specific stages, with each one lasting about 90 minutes. Think of it like a biological software update that your body desperately needs to run properly. So a healthy brain typically completes 4 to 6 of these cycles a night. First, you drop into deep sleep, which is super important because it repairs your tissues and boosts your immune system. After that, you shift into REM sleep, and REM is absolutely critical. It processes your emotions and literally locks in your memories, which is kind of a big deal for those massive exams you've been cramming for.
Now, an insomnia brain is a whole different story. It keeps your neural pathways completely overactive, totally blocking that smooth, natural transition into deep and REM sleep. Basically, your brain is lagging and glitching all night, leaving you with this fragmented, super shallow rest, instead of a full 100% battery recharge.
So what exactly is stealing your sleep? We really have to figure out what's triggering these overactive pathways in the first place. Like, who or what are the sneaky villains actually robbing you of your rest?
Well, the main culprits usually come down to your daily habits and stress. We're talking about that intense pressure from looming homework deadlines, or those racing thoughts about your social life that you just can't seem to shut off. It could also be totally unpredictable sleep schedules, and yeah, slamming an energy drink or an iced coffee way too late in the afternoon. We've all been guilty of that one.
But you really got to beware the blue light effect. This is arguably the biggest trap for teenagers, late-night scrolling. The blue light blasting from your phone or tablet actually suppresses melatonin, and that's the specific chemical your brain literally needs to initiate sleep. So when you're staring at a screen in bed, you are chemically tricking your brain into thinking it's the middle of the day.
And the toll this takes on your body is absolutely huge. Chronic sleep deprivation severely impacts you, especially while you're still growing. It weakens your immune system, raising your risk for getting sick. It triggers major emotional instability, like spikes in anxiety and depression. Plus, it completely wrecks your concentration and problem-solving skills right when you need them the most.
Okay, so how do we fix it? How do you reclaim your rest? Let's pivot over to the solutions and look at how building a solid defense can actually get your energy back. Because trust me, it is totally doable.
You actually have the power to reset your internal clock by practicing what we call good sleep hygiene. Basically, this means going to bed at the exact same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. You also need to strictly put away the screens a full hour before bed. And try to turn your room into a literal sleep cave. Keep it dark, quiet, and nice and cool.
Now, if those basics just aren't quite doing the trick, there are proven therapies and medical solutions out there. For example, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia is widely considered the absolute gold standard for rewiring how you think about sleep. You can also try mindfulness or deep breathing exercises, or even chat with a doctor or parent about supplements like melatonin to help calm down your nervous system.
But honestly, the absolute most important thing to remember here is that every single small step toward better sleep is a step toward better health. Countless people have successfully transformed their stressful, sleepless nights into peaceful ones using these exact same strategies. So, waking up to a new day actually full of energy, it's completely within your reach.
So now that you know just how incredibly crucial those deep sleep and REM cycles are for your brain, your mood, and your memory, are you ready to turn off this screen and reclaim your night? Try putting the phone down tonight and finally get the rest you deserve. Sweet dreams, everyone.
Now let's look at the impact of insomnia. Sleep is not simply a period of rest. During sleep, the brain strengthens memories, restores attention, regulates emotions, and supports nearly every major organ in the body. Without restorative sleep, these essential processes become disrupted. Learning becomes more difficult, concentration weakens, emotions become harder to manage. Over time, chronic insomnia may contribute to a range of physical and mental health challenges. The Neuro Sleep Smart Pillow is designed using scientific principles with features such as ergonomic support, sleep monitoring, and white noise are designed to complement the body's natural sleep mechanisms rather than replace them. Proper neck and head support reduces pressure on muscles and joints, minimizing discomfort that could interrupt sleep throughout the night. Tracking sleep patterns helps users understand their habits over time. By identifying irregular sleep schedules or frequent disturbances, individuals can make informed lifestyle adjustments. Scientific innovations, such as the Neuro Sleep Smart Pillow, may help create a more comfortable sleeping environment by supporting healthy sleep habits and monitoring sleep quality. Throughout this journey, we've seen that insomnia is far more than simply staying awake at night. It is a complex interaction between the brain, hormones, behavior, and environment. When healthy sleep is disrupted, learning becomes more difficult, emotions